Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I want to address a comment or kind of question that someone left on one of my videos, asking me if I feel lonely or isolated living so far away from friends and family. Great question, especially because I'm a stay-at-home mom and a first-time mother, and as most people know, I live here in Bali, Indonesia, and I'm originally from Montreal, Canada. I've been living here for 4 years, but I've not actually been home for 3 years. 3 whole years I've been here, and which has been a challenge in itself. Pretty much the reason why I haven't gone back to Canada in the last 3 years is because many life-changing events happened here, and every time I've been planning a trip to go back to Canada, something came up. So pretty much over the past 3 years, there's been times where I wanted to go back to Canada, but my parents wanted to come on vacation here, or I got married here, I was pregnant here, I gave birth here. So every time I would find kind of like a window opportunity to maybe go home, something would come up, and that meant I had to be here for the past 3 years. And luckily my family have been able to come many times. They've come for vacation, they've come for a wedding, and they were even here for the birth of my daughter, and my friends too from Canada have come to vacation here. So luckily people have come to visit us here. But 3 years is a very long time not to be going home, and luckily we are going back in September. So in about 2.5 weeks we're going for 1 month to Montreal. I'm super excited. It'll be my husband's first time ever going to Canada. It's the first time ever going to North America. My husband's Indonesian, and he's actually only left Indonesia once. Many years ago he went to work in Cyprus for a couple of months, but that's it. So he's never really been to a city. He's never seen a high-rise building, like nothing. So this is a very exciting trip for him. We're just thrilled that we're going. Plus my family and friends haven't really met my daughter, so that too is super exciting. Like everyone's just so excited for us to come. So yeah, so we're going back next month, and back to the question of do I feel lonely or isolated here? And definitely, you know, we're so far away. We're on the other side of the world, and if I had a magic wand, I wish I can bring my family and friends to come live here and live next door, and we can raise our families all together and all of that. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I have to say, there's many things that I do to try and counter either that loneliness or isolation. In general, I find that once I start feeling lonely, that to me is a red flag. I look at loneliness as kind of like thirst or dehydration, right? When someone starts feeling really thirsty, that's an indication that they've been dehydrated for a while and they've reached sort of their upper limit when they actually get thirsty. It's not that they suddenly are thirsty and dehydrated. It's something that builds up. And I look at loneliness as the same thing. That if I start feeling lonely and isolated, it's not that suddenly I woke up and I felt lonely. It's something that's been building up for a while, and then it just hits its upper limit. And so I make sure to avoid getting to that point, first of all. And if I do get to that point, then I have to sort of reassess what's going on. From the very beginning, since I had my daughter, I've actually made a real conscious effort to get us out socializing. Going to play dates, mothers groups, like all that stuff, and regularly, like whenever I hear of something going on, I'm taking her there. And so I'm part of many different groups, you know, and we travel sometimes very far, half an hour drive to go somewhere just to get out and have that social time for her and for me. It's really, really important. So that's something that I've made a conscious effort with, because as I mentioned in other videos, is that I do tend to be a bit of a loner, you know, and I like being at home. I'm a homebody, so I don't mind the whole like stay-at-home mom experience. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, it's been a little bit life-changing that I can't just go out whenever I want, and that I have to focus on raising my daughter, and my life has kind of been shifted in a whole different way. But I appreciate our time at home, and I like this experience. So with the loneliness is that I don't feel lonely too often, only once in a while, and when it does come up, then I know that I need to be doing more. I need to be getting out more. And sometimes if there's nowhere to take her or no one to meet up with. And it's just about leaving the house, going for a walk, things like that, talking to someone on the street. Here, luckily, Bali is a very child-friendly, baby-friendly place. The Indonesians love children and babies. So I take her out and everyone's always stopping on the street and they want to say hi and have a little chit-chat. So it's great. It's such a great buffer, and it's a great place to be raising her. So that really helps to counter it. And I have to also say too, is having the internet has been like godsend. Being able to talk on Skype. I speak to my parents a few times a week. I speak to my friends. I'm connected with family and friends in Canada to the best of my ability. And so that makes a huge difference. And having Facebook mother group pages and stuff like that on the internet has helped a lot, because for any expat that lives in a different country, in a different place and doesn't know anyone, it's not always easy to make friends. It's not always easy to find people that actually live here. Bali has a lot of tourists, but it doesn't have many people from other countries that have settled down to live here and to make a life here. And so it's helped a lot having certain groups over the internet of people that are just like you, living here and have our new mothers and all that. So I've been able to really connect with other mothers and expats living here and join different play groups and things like that. And so that's made a huge difference. And I met so many wonderful people. So even though I don't have what I have back in Canada as a social network and family network, I've been creating it here. Over the years, I've been doing my best to create a life here. And so that's pretty much my experience. And I have to say, one huge thing that's helped a lot is that I'm a first-time mother. So if I had, let's say, had a child back in Canada and was pregnant there and gave birth there and raised the child there, and then suddenly I moved here and had a second child and was pregnant here and gave birth here and was raising the baby here, I think it would be a totally different experience for me, because I'd be comparing the two. But because I'm a first-time mother and I've been pregnant here and gave birth here and raising our daughter here, this is my only frame of reference. I have nothing to compare it to. And I've just had to learn. And that makes it easier. It's kind of like ignorance is bliss. I don't know what it's like to be raising a baby firsthand in Canada or America. I know what it's like doing it in Bali, Indonesia, and with what's available here. We don't have the same things here that people have over in the West, and some things can be very limiting, but at the same time I don't know any differently, and so that's made the experience way easier as well. So in general, I have to say I am really happy here, but yeah, there are times where I do get lonely and I do feel isolated, but luckily we're going home to visit family and friends, and we'll be making sure we go back more often now that life-changing event is coming up. Yeah, that's my adventure into motherhood. And I have to say too that I'm extremely busy, and I think that's important too to counter any kind of loneliness. Not only am I a stay-at-home mom and a first-time mom and I'm taking care of a 10-month-old baby, but I also have the blog and the coaching and all that going on, and taking care of household chores and cooking and gardening and just everything. I mean, I'm up every day at 6 to 7 in the morning, and I go to bed past midnight. I don't even get to sleep very much. And it's go, 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 go. And I like it that way. I think that there'd be more of an opening to loneliness and isolation if I wasn't so busy and if nothing was going on and all I was just doing was taking care of my daughter. But because there's a lot of things I'm juggling at once, I don't have time to be thinking about what I'm missing out on or all of that. So that makes a huge difference as well. So yeah, that's my experience. And yeah, I'm happy and I can't wait to go back to Canada. And here's my daughter Luna Ray, for those of you that haven't seen her in a while. She's 10 months now. Want to say hi? Just want to remind everyone before I close that the next 7-day raw food challenge. It starts next Monday, August 18th. If you want to join us for the next 7-day raw food challenge, it's a week raw food cleanse. It's an online program. And once you sign up, you get the guidelines as to what to be eating and recipes and everything you need to know to be doing the 7-day raw food challenge for a week. And there's an online forum, and there's also daily videos created specifically to walk you through everything you need to know about the raw food diet. Each video is like 20 to 40 minutes long. They're very thorough, and it helps to keep you motivated as well. So if you're interested in doing a cleanse, do join us for the next 7-day raw food challenge. It starts this coming Monday, August 18th. And if you want more information and to sign up, you can go to my website at radiantcentral.com and click on products. All right, have a super fabulous day, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.